Alright. You've been educated. I like absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely amazing. Which one's this? So many books do. What a land is Cormyr! Certainly the geography is dramatic, edged by mountains and sea filled with forests and swamps, but why dwell on these when the great walls of Suzail loom ahead? One sees the city walls as one approaches, but there is no understanding of them from a distance. It's only as one gets close and they loom higher and higher and higher that one appreciates the majesty of Suzail. I pass through the gates the size of castles to enter the magnificent city. The streets are patrolled by elite armored knights known as purple dragons, and frequented by nobles in elegant fashions. Its port is filled with ships from across seas of fallen stars, carrying goods from lands I only knew from legends. The docks overflow with fruits, spices, silks, animal pelts. You will not see a finer market if you have the golden lines to spend. Also, the harming of cats is strictly forbidden. A thoroughly civilized land. True. Very true. A is for Azul and other gods. Reading time. Lyra, Lady of Deception, the goddess who wears many masks. Invoke her name, avoid perception. She hides her lies and secret tasks. For joy to Lyra you must call and worship her through soul-felt dance. So her presence in fest halls do not give idleness a chance. Loviatar's pleasure is your pain, your scars an offering. Scourge or candle, whip or cane, can your devotion bring? Where are the fine oral histories of Faerun, Paladin, Oathbreakers. This book is comprised of several chapters, one of each cited source that claims to contain first-hand transcripts of the oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Gotta rap better? How about you gotta put an S in your name? Game looks dope, but I already have too many games. I don't have time to play them all. Just pause time, duh. Chapter 7, Villamur, the outcast, 52 years of age, human paladin, oathbreaker. Given to Elamir's reputation in Athkatla, the city she once called home, I met the former knight officer of the noble and exclusive order of the Radiant Heart with no small amount of trepidation. She has lived as an outcast for some years now, and the rumors of her character quite preceded her. I spoke to one of the prelates of the order, who described her as a dreadful, sadistic traitor, warning me that I could find her... that to find her would be suicide, that she would kill me before I could speak a single word. He was wrong. When I finally tracked her down, we spoke for hours, and I left her blessing to share her story. I will not disclose our meeting place, as the order punishes those who violate the vows with beheading. Of course, I regret it. Breaking an oath isn't going back on your word. It's not an ethical quandary. It wrenches a part of your soul. Before, I could call on angels to fight alongside me. I could banish fiends back to the hells and demons to the abyss. All with a thought and prayer. I lost my voice. I speak, but it isn't my voice. It's an echo, a whisper. I tell them this. Most days I wish I had died rather than breaking my oath, but I never take back what I did, what I refused to do. Damn the order. Service became dogma. Obedience was virtue. To question was sin. Justice and duty are uncomfortable bedfellows, and eventually they make bastards of us all. All right. But wait, chat. There's more. The Fables of Faerun 5. The Boy and the Beholder. Shepherd's son tended to his father's flock on the banks of Cheonthar. The days grew long, and the boy grew bored. To amuse himself, he called out, "Beholder, beholder." The shepherd came running, but there was no beholder. The boy pointed and giggled, but the shepherd scolded him. "Do not cry, beholder, when there is no beholder. Promise?" "I promise," said the boy. But the next day was boring as the last. "Beholder," the boy cried, and his father rushed aside. The boy laughed and laughed, but the shepherd only frowned and shook his head. 3 days later, the boy spotted a round figure floating in the distance. It had one giant eye in the middle of its face, a mouth full of pointed teeth, and thin stalks growing from it, each with an eye peeking from the tip. "Beholder, beholder," he shouted, but no one came. The beholder began to float toward him, and the boy turned and sprinted along the river. He ran and ran until he reached a high bank and could run no more. The boy cried and cowered, bracing for the beholder's deadly ray. Instead, a familiar voice said, "Turn around." The boy turned. There was no beholder, only the shepherd, clad in a woolen cloak. A giant eye was painted on the front and toothy mouth below. Vines were sewn to the cloak's edges. "You scared me," sobbed the boy. "That makes us even," said his father as he dried the boy's tears. The boy never cried beholder again. Ah, the classic, chat. You see, it's like the boy who cried wolf. But in this case, his father was a piece of shit and taught him a lesson. Crazy. Loose boulder, too heavy to throw. Wait. Can you throw it?
Assume nothing.
Loose boulder. They're right over here. Okay, I was not expecting. Expecting a little more than that. Let's get our leveling up done.
Not as bad as it could have.
Let's see what we got. Level 4. Should be a big level. Level up. New feat available. Class features. One more key point. And slow fall. When you use your reaction to gain resistance to falling damage. When you fall, you can use a reaction to gain resistance to falling damage. Okay. New feat available. Thought you were saving up the leveling for BG4. I was considering it. Huh. Choose a feat from this list. You can increase one ability by 2 or 2 abilities by 1 to a maximum of 20. Your charisma increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Your proficiency bonus is also doubled for deception and performance checks. You get +5 bonus to initiative and can't be surprised. Your strength or dexterity increases by 1 up to a maximum of 20. When you're prone, standing up uses significantly less movement. Your jump distance also increases by 50%. You gain charge or weapon and charge or shove? Deal more damage. Charge forward and slam your weapon into the first enemy in your way. Charge forward and shove the first enemy in your way. Your chances depend on the athletics and higher. Okay, that's not for us. Crossbow expert. When you make crossbow attacks within melee range, the attacks do not have disadvantage. The piercing shot also inflicts gaping wounds for twice as long. Defensive duelist. When attacked while wielding a finesse weapon you're proficient with, you can use a reaction to add your proficiency bonus to armor class, possibly causing the attack to miss. You can use two weapon fighting even if your weapons aren't light, and you gain a +1 to armor class while wielding a melee weapon in each hand. You cannot dual wield heavy weapons. You gain advantage on perception checks made to detect hidden objects and on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. I'm getting stuck on Kai, so that's IRL Riot in Union Square. I had no idea that was happening, but I hope you're right. Oh, what is going on? Should probably, quick note these, because we're gonna have to go through these for all the characters. I assume I don't have to reread them every time. So, ability improvement looks obviously good. Ability improvement to +2 points or +1/+1. Actor charisma 1 max 20. That's not bad either. Actor, I'm not gonna write all down. I feel like writing all I should do. Alert, nah. Yeah, plus 50% jump distance isn't bad, but we're gonna have that shadow step at level 6, right? Dual wielder, dungeon delver. Gain advantage on perception checks made to detect hidden objects and on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. Gain resistance to the damage dealt by traps. That was not bad either. Detecting, right? IMO. Durable. Your constitution increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. You gain full hit points each time you take a short rest. Not terrible. Tankiness, survivability. Elemental Adept. Your spells ignore resistance to a damage type if you're of choice. When you cast a spell of that type, you cannot roll a 1. Great Weapon Master. Well, when you go into bed, Jax, I can do it after that. He's doing a giveaway. I wasn't expecting nearly as many people, and people just started rioting, like for no reason. I didn't realize he's in Toronto. When you land a critical hit or kill a target with a melee weapon attack, you can make another melee weapon attack as a bonus action that turn. Attacks with heavy weapons you are proficient with can deal an additional 10 damage at the cost of -5 attack roll penalty. You can toggle this on and off. I guess warning chat reminder, giveaways are done in our Discord server. Always have been. Well, if not always, but have been for a long time. So make sure you join our ! Discord server, because that is where the giveaway for a copy of BG3 will be shortly, soon. Probably once I'm done leveling all these guys, something like that. And I recommend getting in there, because it's like 10 minutes until you can type or react if you're brand new to the server. I'll make the giveaway 15 minutes anyways when we start. Usually I do, but heavily armored, you gain armor proficiency with heavy armor, and your strength increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Heavy armor master. Strength increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Incoming damage from non-magical attacks also decreases by 3 while you're wearing heavy armor. That's pretty good. Lightly armored. No, we don't need that. Oh, we're just unarmored. Lucky. You gain 3 luck points. Luck point, replenishable resource. You get it once per long rest. You have an inexplicable luck that seems to kick in at just the right moment. You can use your luck points to gain advantage roll or force an enemy to redo their roll, which you can cast to gain advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws, or to make an enemy reroll their attack rolls. Mage Slayer. When a creature casts a spell within melee range of you, you have advantage on any saving throw against it. When a creature casts a spell within melee range of you, and you can use a reaction to immediately make an attack against the caster. Enemies that you hit have disadvantage in concentration saving throws. On concentration saving throws. Magic Initiate Bard. You can learn 2 cantrips and level 1 spell from the Bard spell list. You can cast a level 1 spell once per long rest. Your spellcasting ability for all 3 spells is Charisma. Not ideal. Cleric. Wisdom. You can learn 2 cantrips from Cleric. Not terrible. Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock Wizard, Martial Adept. You learn 2 maneuvers from the Battlemaster subclass and gain superiority dice to fuel them. You regain expended superiority dice after short or long rest. Proficiency. Might not be terrible, Martial Adept, right? Actually. Your movement speed increases and difficult terrain doesn't slow you down when you dash. If you move after making a melee attack, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from your target. Well, that's pretty fucking good too, doubling down on the mobile. The giveaway will be for a copy of BG3, correct? A Steam code for BG3. Medium armor. Mobile, not terrible, IMO. All for mobile. Lucky's okay too. Performer, you gain musical instrument proficiency and your charisma increases by 1. Pull out when attacking with a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear, you can use a bonus action to attack with the butt of your weapon. I already have a bonus follow-up attack. Resilient, you increase an ability by 1 to a maximum of 20 and gain proficiency in abilities and that ability saving throws. Ritual caster, you learn 2 ritual spells of your choice. Fuck a ritual spell. Ritual spells don't cost a spell when cast outside of combat. Savage attacker, when making weapon attacks, you roll your damage die twice and use the highest result. Oh shit. That's pretty pog. That's super pog. You basically just have built-in advantage at all times? Is it for Steam? Yes. When making weapon attacks, you roll your damage dice twice. Oh wait, no, that's not. It's not attack roll. It's a damage roll. But still, that's good. That's still pretty damn good. Not as good, but still pretty pog. Sentinel. When an enemy within melee range attacks an ally, you can use the reaction to make a weapon attack against the enemy. Target must not have the Sentinel feat. You gain advantage on opportunity strikes, and when you hit a creature with an opportunity strike, it can no longer move for the rest of its turn. It's not terrible, I guess, kind of. Sentinel. Sharpshooter. Your ranged weapon attacks do not receive penalties from high ground rules. Ranged weapon attacks with weapons you are proficient with have a -5 penalty to their attack roll, but deal an additional 10 damage. Shieldmaster. You gain +2 bonus to dexterity saving throws while wielding a shield. If a spell forces you to take a dexterity saving throw, you can use a reaction to shield yourself and diminish the effect's damage. On a failed saving throw, you only take half damage. On a successful saving throw, you don't take any damage. Skill. You gain proficiency in 3 skills of your choice. I don't know, maybe. That one. That's a maybe. Skilled. Spell Sniper. You learn a cantrip, and the number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1. This effect can stack. The number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1? That's crazy. Sloot, what's this? Kaikuras is believed to be inside the vehicle. Jesus Christ, dude. Are they just hanging onto his car? The WoW Twitter account used you on a tweet? Oh no. That means 19 or 20 is a crit? Yeah, but for any attack? Like, why is this called Spell Sniper? Oh, Kai got arrested? What's the Twitter? I don't have 2 wolves inside me. I have these 2. Oh. Very funny, Infinite. Sentinel's so busted. Sentinel seems strong, but, dude, Spell Sniper seems insane as well. Because we're an orc, chat. We triple roll dice on crits, not double. Like, that's fucking giga, right? That's super giga. So it never rolls 19 to 20 to start. That's also true, but like you're literally doubling your crit chance. Or if you land a critical hit on an attack roll, your damage dice are doubled. Do you land a critical hit by rolling 20 on the 27th die? I think Spell Sniper's insanely good for us. For a monk. For orc particularly, but for monk. And it stacks, so that means if we put that on Lae'zel as well, she needs to roll 18, 19, or 20 for crit. What's up, class of my shadow? Tavern Brawler, when you make an unarmed attack, use an improvised weapon or throw something. Your strength modifier is added twice the damage attack rolls. When you make an unarmed attack, use an improvised weapon or throw something. Your strength modifier is added to twice the damage. I mean, the unarmed attack part makes sense for us, but we have each strength, so that's not for us. Your hit point maximum is increased by 2 for every level you've gained. That's just tankiness. You gain advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration on a spell. You can also use reaction to cast Shocking Grasp at a target moving out of melee range. You gain proficiencies with 4 other weapons of your choice, and your strength and dexterity increase, and your strength or dexterity increases by 1 to maximum of 20. Well, I will just get 4. Is it, though? I think you can get more items of Spell Sniper and it can become 18. So that makes it even better. What do you mean? Was that the giveaway already? No, soon. I'm not done looking through this leveling stuff. This is tough, man. I don't know. I think Sentinel is pretty giga. Sentinel's pretty big. Like on this, right? Because we're always up in people's faces. More so the second part of Sentinel's really big. Spell Sniper's really big too, though. And I get an extra cantrip. I don't know, dude. This is... I think we have Polearm. Oh, is Polearm Master a thing? No, because the thing with Monk is you already get an automatic follow-up bonus attack. You can use an opportunity attack when a target comes in range. Like, that's not terrible either, but... So, like, we only get half of it. It's not as good. Savage Attacker. When making weapon attacks, you roll your damage dice twice and use the highest value. That's, like, alright, too. I don't know. I think it's trumped by Spell Sniper and Sentinel, though. Well's alright, too, but we're already quite mobile. And then there's just, like, tankiness and stats. Ability improvement, etc. I don't know, Chad. I think my brain is going to Sentinel or Spell Sniper. Double crit chance, basically. I don't know. Just it's. I wouldn't be as attracted to this if we weren't an orc, but we are. We do also have to consider, though, that is only attacking with spell attack roll, though, not a melee attack. Are you sure? It doesn't say that anywhere. It literally doesn't say that at all. It's just the name is Spell Sniper, but the tooltip doesn't say anything about spell attack only. Like, yeah, like attack's attack, right? Is there even a difference between spell and regular attack? It's just when you... An attack roll is an attack roll in this game. This is saying if you attack roll, you need to get an 18, a 19 or a 20. Right? True, can't take it. On the other hand, Sentinel and Spell Sniper are both very good if you can land your fucking hit, right? That's the other thing to consider here. Is we could literally just take flat stat with ability improvement and just generally increase our chance to attack, to land a hit by 5%. Ish. You attack using Dex? Yes. Dex is not 20 right now, no. Like, increasing Dex by 2 might be more important than either of those, and then we do one of those at level 8. Alright. Dex is not an odd number, no. It is 16 currently. No, I lied. It is. It's 17. Right? We kept it at 17 to prime it for 18. So we could take it to 19. We need a +1 for benefit, but all the other ones are even. So we could either do ability improvement and prime it for 20. Or we could do one of the other ones that increases one of your stats by 1 and gives you some other perk, and then do ability improvement later. Heading off, Mr. Rub?
Yeah, see you in a few days.
Alright, taking Mr. Cat with you? Are you sure?
I don't get the dogs.
No, probably not.
You play with the Huskies? No? Okay.
Alright, I'll see you soon. Drive safe. Could do athlete. I'm not really interested in the rest of it, though. armor proficiencies we don't need on Monk. Increase in ability by 1 to a maximum of 20, and you gain proficiency on that ability's saving throws. So resilient could work, but I feel like the impact of it is kind of shit. Or the rest of it outside of the one ability point. Plus 2 to dex saving throws. Not really a lot of great choices here. Proficiency with 4 weapons and increased dex by 1. I don't really care for that much either. There's just not a lot of great options for 1 dex and then something, chat. Although, I also agree, putting 2 into dex right now would also be half-wasted until we hit level 8. As would putting 1 in dex and 1 in whatever else, because the other ones are also evens right now. Like, athlete's probably the most relevant one there. Yes, Mr. Crane. You're using it to be the talker in your party? Honestly, I've just been using my monk because I'm lazy to swap around. Nobody really has high charisma right now. I might swap in a bard later. The highest charisma by like 1 is what's his face? Gale. But I just CBA. And honestly, so far, like 75-80% of the time, there is usually a non-charisma related check as well, whether it's been monk or intimidation or some kind of dex check. Like, it's actually not been nearly as big of a deal as I thought it would be so far. I would recommend Sentinel. Yeah, I like Sentinel, but Sentinel suffers from the same thing, right? Sentinel and Spell Sniper are the same issue. To take advantage of them, you need to land your hit in the first place, which makes attack roll even more important than both of them. Just read Sentinel. I did. I've read it 14 times. Or did you want it to know what it is? There's a feat that unlocks later based on level requirements or prereqs. Oh, I say that. Take that feat now. Respec. Can you respec feats? I guess you can, right? When an enemy within melee range attacks an ally, you can use a reaction to make a weapon attack against that enemy. Target ally must not have the Sentinel feat. You gain advantage on opportunity attacks, and when you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, it can no longer move for the rest of its turn. It's basically just like if I can pin someone down, assuming I hit them. That one's very good. Yeah, but like, I don't know, chat. The thing is, if I'm missing all the time, this is useless. Same with Spell Sniper. Not to mention general melee damage over the course of a fight. Like, I really feel like increasing dex by 1 point is more important than anything right now.